Mr. Young came out with his dog on a leash. Your dog, Rocky, started to walk over towards his
Oh, that's how the camera looks. Okay. Hold on.
And according to Mr. Young, what happened, sir?
When CJ dog jerked away from me, he kinda
Well,
got
as you already can tell what game I'm about to play. By the character's design, you already know what it is.
CJ holding the leash at that time?
Gonna make this camera straight.
CJ let go. CJ let go of the leash.
CJ let go of the leash.
Trying to make it look straight up words.
CJ let go of the leash, and Rocky went over and started to fight with Mr. Young's dog, whose name is
Dutch.
Dutch. So far, we correct? And Mr. Young got in between them to try to get them
my
apart,
favorite.
and Mr. Young was
Jungle Boy.
He says, by your dog. Yes. And your defense is that he should not have gotten in between this dog fight.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And what I'm telling you is that you allowed your 50-pound dog to be under the control of someone who was not able to take care of him.
This is a thing now.
That weighs the same as your
This
dog
game exists.
is not prepared to handle
Jungle
it,
Book,
as you saw, because
Rhythm
the leash
and Groove
dropped,
game.
because he couldn't control
Those of you who
Rocky,
haven't
and Mr.
noticed
Young
this
was
game
injured,
existed,
and yes.
I can't say I'm blaming you. This is pretty much how Disney does most games as a moving groove game.
No other dogs.
So what? You don't control the cul-de-sac. What I'm telling you
There's a
is
dancing
you elect
mad
to allow
controller.
someone who is incapable of controlling your dog to have control
And
of
Grandpa
your dog. And that
Rick
person
moved it
loses
somewhere,
control
but
of your dog and
I wish I
causes
know where it is,
injury.
but I
You
have no
are
idea where it's
responsible.
at, so you have to
I
get
would
used
only
to see me
let
use
somebody like you
this
walk
controller
Rocky,
from now
because if
on.
Rocky started to go in an aggressive stance,
I
you
do
could
never
have
playing
held onto
this
the
and
leash,
being
which
this
CJ could not.
like
It's
3
simple.
times
I'd like to
because
see your
it's
photographs, which you have, sir, and I'd
really
like to see
easy.
the medical bills that you got.
I do like how they put the Jungle Book 2 trailer on here, which I'll show you right now. Unlike somebody I know did not review it. I'll show you the bit of the trailer of the sequel, which came out in 2003. This game already came out in 2002. It's on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, which I find a bit better than the pixelated this of the PlayStation 1 game.
Not at the time.
Why not?
We had moved out of one area. We were having financial difficulties, and we moved to
Believe it or not, I do like the sequel.
Recover financially.
Are all your dogs vaccinated now?
Absolutely.
Should have been vaccinated. And were you out of work at all, sir?
No, I started like 2 weeks after that incident. So I've been basically at my same job since then.
You have a big dog, and a big dog is a 50-pound animal, and you have to make sure that that dog is under control. He was injured, and you have to be responsible for that. Judge, you put the plaintiff in the
Yep, go with how the sequel loves. We're using the same old song that's been done centuries ago.
I just finished. I don't care what you have a couple of. Good job.
I'll just excuse you. May step out.
There is no evidence that Rocky bit him.
Shows up pretty good on this PS2.
Rocky bit him.
Yes, 6 stitches.
We took him into the house and looked around his house to see if there was any blood.
I ain't worried about none of that.
Yep, and some of the animations that weren't in the film,
Tell you the truth.
only the trailer.
No, didn't. I ain't got no problem with it.
And now, the next case.
Some of the lines weren't even from the film.
Versus Zavala. Step forward.
Jeffrey McBride is suing his former friend, 19-year-old George Zavala, for unpaid loans for clothes and medical expenses when George was homeless.
Mr. Zavala, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
How did you meet the plaintiff?
I was renting a hotel, and I got into an argument with my friend. I got locked out
You were renting a hotel where?
in Laguna Beach,
Where's your family live?
East Bay.
How long haven't you
Alright, enough of that.
It's been about a year.
Why?
I got
First things
kicked out after I
first.
graduated high school.
Why?
Yeah, shut up.
I had bad habits as far as going out.
Okay, volume up,
Partying.
karaoke on, stereo. I think we're good.
What kind of work were you doing?
I didn't have a job at the time.
Enough screwing around. Let's go ahead and play this sucker.
He had a tab like he could charge rooms.
Why?
I have no idea. That was between
Single
him
player.
Yeah, you have an idea. You don't just hang out with somebody and you have no
Easy
idea.
is a bit too simple, so we'll do it on
I'd go about 2 to 3 times.
normal mode.
Go there 2 or 3 times a week. From where?
From Laguna Beach. I was
No.
I don't understand what you mean. You would go there 2 or 3 times a week.
As in,
Story
I would be able
mode.
to get a night there to sleep.
And where else would you stay?
The beach.
Do you have a car?
No, I do not.
Supposed to make
Why don't you
me
have a job?
select.
I had gotten kicked out of high school. Or I had gotten kicked out after
You know
graduating
what?
high
Let's
school.
do it on hard
And
mode.
I didn't
Why
know
don't you
what
have
to
a
do.
job?
The jungle is no place for a boy.
Just a second. Why don't you have a job? What kind of work do you do?
I had a job at Mobile for a while, but I wasn't getting my hours because of the situation I was in. Being homeless, I wasn't able to keep my hygiene up, so I would get sent home from work.
Okay. Mr. McBride also rented a room in this hotel. Is that right?
That is
And is
correct.
that where you met him?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. McBride, he's 19. How old are you?
I'm 48.
What were you doing in the motel?
I had recently actually been evicted from my apartment, and I was staying at the motel till I could figure out the next best thing.
How long were you there?
I had been there for about a week at that point in time.
And tell me how you met Mr. Zavala.
It was a Sunday night. It was storming, raining. I noticed a commotion outside his room. He was standing there knocking on the door. It looked pretty obvious that there was a disagreement. I eventually asked him, said, "Are you okay?" He said that he had been locked out. Buddy and he had had a fight. It was pouring rain, and I didn't want him to have to stand out in the rain. So I said, "Come on in." So he didn't come into my room and wait out the rain.
Okay, and then he moved in.
And then that lasted the evening, and the following day, the friend was no longer available.
And then he moved in. And on what date did he move in?
That would have been Monday, I believe it was around the 2nd of February.
This case is about loans that you allegedly made to Mr. Zavala during the time he stayed with you. How long a period did he stay with you?
Approximately a week.
Should be glad this game is not too long, or it might take like 2 hours to play the rest of it like this.
No, I'm not counting the room, sir. Why would I count the room?
So this time I'll probably record this for like maybe 40 minutes if I don't screw this up.
There was no agreement.
Well, if you didn't have an agreement with him,
So here we go.
then he doesn't owe you any money for the room.
Well, he did offer to pay me back.
And I
He doesn't owe you
missed.
any money for the room. What else
At the
do you
time
think
it
he owes you
perfectly.
for, Mr. McBride?
Well, he did offer to pay me back out of the check.
That's Jim
that he
Cummings, by the way.
From the job that he said he had at the time.
Great. What's next?
There were clothes that I purchased for him. He smelled.
Okay.
If you
And
keep
how
missing,
much
you'll
did you
lose a
spend on
fruit.
clothing?
I purchased that at the Goodwill. It's on my bank statement
Just a
here.
second. How much did you spend and what did you purchase?
I purchased
Extra powers will help you too.
shoes, at least. I don't remember
Just
everything
keep
that
your
I paid.
eyes
How much did you
open.
spend at the Goodwill?
I have a bank statement for $24 and change. That's on
What
my
else?
credit card.
What else?
We went to a Don Jose's restaurant. I also
Ha-ha.
bought food out of cash.
I don't
So I don't have a receipt for all
I
of it.
don't care.
The point is that I fed the man, and I put a roof over his head. We had no agreement, but he offered to pay
place
me
for a
back
boy.
if he were my roommate.
Round 1 complete.
Now you no longer believe him. He's 19 years old.
Obviously
He
not.
was homeless.
But I'm not going to also be a jerk and leave him out in the pouring rain.
You could have.
I could have, but I didn't.
But probably
Got like the animation looks pretty good on here.
Your Honor, I just wouldn't do that to a person. Laguna Beach is a
So
small
far I get
town.
20. So far I get
If I were playing this on medium and I missed.
What's next, Mr. McBride?
On Friday, the last day that we were actually together, my
It'll be a little
parents,
bit too
took him out to
simple,
breakfast.
so
He was
we're doing it on
complaining
hard
about
mode.
being, irritated. He was obviously
If I do screw this up, I can always pause and then
That cost me $160.
doing this quicker.
He promised to pay that back.
Damn it.
In fact, he offered his dad's insurance on that, and even more so, $200. I never saw a
Alright,
dime.
come on.
He made a lot of promises to pay back the debt that he incurred to me, including the medical bills, which I have here as well.
So is the next the tell me how that came about.
So basically what that was he had bought the kid.
Love the dancing move. Or I could just obviously press these buttons that also almost do exactly the same.
Yes. And the cat ended up scratching my eye.
That's not true. He never, ever mentioned that.
Listen to me. Don't speak.
Haha.
In a moment. And later today,
How old are you? Husband and I moved into a studio when the last one of our children.
I keep missing
out.
them.
We were just making a statement.
If you've been injured in an accident that was not your your fault? Listen up. We have legal professionals available to answer your questions and let you know what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Paula Haddock, your host from Roswell. But this is you as a caller. Who should be calling right now?
Just like you said, anyone who's been injured in an accident, it was not your fault.
I'm learning. Big boy's learning here to use his controls.
Your case is potentially worse.
And let's see, I get a silver because I missed so many of them. Yes, you are.
And only ours deserves honey on the crust. Get the legend
And just leave it.
with more toppings and the best ingredients.
The New Year
Oh man, we saved the game too.
We're skipping the rest of 2020 to get the big New Year savings now. Try new 2020 Subarus now with 0% financing for 63 months. Or make no payments for
By the way, Khan won't show up until later on in the game. He doesn't show up in a tree like he does in the opening of the film.
Year in a new vehicle. Hurry to Automation Subaru and save now.
Coverwell's computer-cut covers are still #1 in quality and durability, and the plastic shortage isn't slowing us down. Coverwell is ready to complete your order quickly and contact-free.
It's like Dance Dance Revolution. Said you play these animal characters. Two humans, Hungry and Shanti.
Listen up. We have legal professionals available to answer your questions and let you know what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Paula Haddock, your host from Roswell. Please tell viewers at home, Rob, who should be calling right now.
Well, Paula, just like you said,
Sure Khan, even though we don't see him later on until I got an hour into the movie.
we're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks a lot, Rob. You heard him. Pick up the phone and call now.
Closed captioning is provided by...
Every time you touch a surface, bacteria is left behind. Now consider how many times your family touches the surfaces in your home in 24 hours. Try Microban 24. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Once dry, Microban forms a bacteria shield that keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours, even after multiple touches. Try Microban 24. This has been Medifact for Microban 24.
Real cases.
I like the voice actor that played Mowgli in this.
Jeffrey McBride is
2002.
suing his former
No, it's a
friend,
different voice
19-year-old
actor.
George Zavala, for unpaid loans for clothes.
Alright, here we
and medical
go.
expenses when George
This
was
should be
homeless.
interesting, even though we don't
So
get
the guy ended up scratching my retina, and
give
I
it
did
up
not
2,
want to
3,
go
4
to the
song,
doctor,
but
he
different
insisted
one.
on taking me,
There's
and
like
I
probably
told him
like
to do not
10
worry
songs
about it.
or
The one that
12.
said we have to get up
I
to
really
a
need to
resolution.
focus on how many songs
I've
there
had
are.
enough. We're done.
Well, I have to focus on
He's
this.
19 years old. I wouldn't believe anything a teenager said to me. Teenagers lie. When their mouths move, they lie. He found somebody in the rain outside. The person who he was in the motel with threw him out. His parents threw him out. And you
There it
think
comes.
that you could trust what he tells you? I don't believe that, Mr. McBride. I don't believe it. We're done.
He was smoking a cigarette, and he asked me, he had a spare bed.
Would you give somebody else a pouring rate on that? I can't do that.
He asked me if I'd like to stay for that because
Yes.
it was pouring rain.
I'm from a small
Come
town,
on.
and we take care of people there.
It almost
Thankful that he
applied
kept me
it.
off the streets for a little bit before I was able to fix my situation.
I don't rescue people like a 19-year-old bum who don't get a job and don't take care of themselves. I don't do the rescue job anymore. I'm not the victim.
And now, the next
I'm learning to use my other buttons.
Derek versus Howard. Step forward. Stephanie Derrick is suing her ex-boyfriend, Patrick Howard, for an unpaid loan.
One down, 2 more to go.
About 5 years.
From when to when?
We started dating.
I love Junior's voice, by the way.
2007. I've known him for 10 years. He was there when my son was born.
He's not your son's father. And Mr. Howard, when did
Then
the
don't forget.
relationship, month and year?
Well, which time?
This last time.
January.
From 2007 until January of 2013, did you and the defendant ever
Sure, it's not
reside
keep it up 2, 3, 4, but it's a good song.
Yes.
from when
And I
to when?
missed.
In 2008,
2008, you lived together at what address?
2417.
And you lived there from 2008 until when?
I lived there for 3 years. He lived there off and on.
For 3 years.
Yes.
You lived there together. from 2008 until 2011.
And I missed. Oh, there goes one of my fruits.
In 2011.
It's getting really harder now.
Don't go there
I'm
with me.
probably gonna get a bronze because this is difficult.
Maybe not in the case, but you won't like it. How old are you? 30. Was your mother pleased to see you? Always. It's a big mistake. My husband and I moved into a studio when the last one of our children finally moved out. We were just making a statement.
Don't. Wrong button.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You can't make it without me, is why we started.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Maybe there is some secret
There we go.
I'm not looking at.
Welcome to Silver Sneakers. Are you ready to get
Our new virtual classes were designed for you and millions of seniors.
Sure, I'm not gonna get the best ranking score, but at least I tried.
Get moving wherever you have an internet connection.
Why do I keep
And
missing?
when you're ready, enjoy access to thousands of locations nationwide. With Silver Sneakers, you're free to move.
Enroll today at no additional cost by visiting the website on your screen.
I still got silver.
Women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come.
Not that anybody cares about high scores, but at least this game is fun.
Plus fulvestrant. In a clinical
Alright,
trial,
where's the
Kisqali
E?
plus fulvestrant
I know there's an
helped
E,
women
come
live longer
on.
with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease
Ow.
progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems
I,
or an
come on,
abnormal
where's the
heartbeat,
I?
which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if
There
you
we
have
go.
new or worsening symptoms, including
Need to
breathing
stand up
problems,
first.
cough,
For
chest
a
pain,
moment
a change
while
in
the
your heartbeat,
cutscene
stiffness,
plays.
yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Hi, I'm Mike Sawaya, the Sawaya Law Firm. We know injury cases backwards and forwards. I've worked on over 40,000 cases over 44 years. We know the law and we know the medicine. We know how to get things done, and we know how to get the attention of the insurance company. We also know how to do that when we have to. You need to talk to someone who
Colonel
talks
Hoffney
business.
Jr.
Give me a call at 303-GOOD-LAW or go to sawayalaw.com today.
Call the Sawaya Law Firm at 303-GOOD-LAW. Your
Taking
news
this
every
jacket
hour
off,
in
it's
prime
hard to
time
move
is
my
on
arms
News
if
Nation
it's
on
tight.
WGN America. News Nation has the story of minorities' mistrust in COVID-19 vaccines.
I can't find a family member who's willing to take the vaccine.
And an in-depth report on some business owners dealing with a racial wage gap.
Figure out how to climb yourself back.
News Nation covers your nation every night starting at 8, 7 Central on
My favorite
WGN
bare
America. Go to
necessities.
newsnationnow.com to find WGN America on your cable or satellite provider.
Colorado's exposure notification service does one thing. It alerts you if you've been
It's not
exposed
Phil
to
Harris, but it's
It doesn't know your
a
name,
different
or your
voice.
location, or have access to any of your personal data. Because it only does one thing. But that one thing could save countless lives. Which is why over 1 million Coloradans have already opted in. Add your phone to fight COVID. Visit addyourphone.com to
Yeah.
learn more.
All
If you're
right.
suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men guarantees your results. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just
Okay.
makes your easy. Fix it for good. The best part, RED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Denver's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Hold on a second.
Time to turn talk into action.
Think.
Step 1, fire up your
Just gonna see how
BetMGM
many
sportsbook.
songs there are.
Step 2, make your pick. And step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game.
There's all 9 songs, and I'm already halfway into the gameplay. Most of them are pretty short, I'll give it that. I love the song, which those of you already know that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Stephanie Derrick,
is suing her ex-boyfriend, Patrick Howard, for an unpaid
Thank God.
Okay, and you stayed with Mom for how long before you
He's alive.
and this Derek resumed your relationship? A couple months. Okay, so after a couple of months, you had second thoughts and you moved back together in 24/17. Do you still live there? Yeah. When did you move out?
I moved out in January of 2013.
But until January of 2013, when the two of you broke up, because according to that, so you broke up, did you live there together? No. Did you move out again?
Yes.
In what year?
2012, 2012, October-ish, I think.
I'm just pressing them like crazy because it's really hard.
Well, yeah.
Back to Mom. And how long did you stay with Mom at that time?
Until I got married in March of 2013.
Well, see, you told me that you broke up in January of 2013. So is what you're telling me that despite the fact that you weren't together anymore, is according to you June, according to you October, you're still considered the same couple?
Oh, that was that hard.
You know, maybe fine for your wife, watch, maybe your mother will get a kick out of it. Quite frankly, it's been a long day.
Wow, that was insane.
Great. Maybe that's true.
Yep, there goes the fruit.
True. Maybe there is some secret that I'm not looking at. Now that I've sort of settled that up and I know what this relationship was back and forth since 2007, you claim a loan to the defendant. The defendant says there was never a loan.
Yes.
What this was an arrangement that you had, sort of a little business deal to buy a car.
I didn't handle his challenge,
sell it at
but
retail,
boy, is it
split the
hard.
profit. Turns out to be no profit, but he split with you what he had when he sold this car. You want the balance of what you say is a loan. So now I want you to tell me, now within the parameters of when you were together, tell me when this alleged loan took place.
July 29th of 2011, I loaned him the money.
There was a power-up that make it slow down a bit.
When you were together again. Now, the money that you gave to
Still gonna keep
Mr.
messing a
Howard,
lot, and I'm still gonna probably get silver.
Here's a copy of the payments and stuff they made.
Why do I keep messing?
Sorry, I want to see a copy of the check with the front and the back.
I went to the bank to get it and they told me they couldn't do
The
it.
Met and Purple Rap of the Rebel was this difficult. Oh wait, it is.
But you have this, you can have a bank statement showing where you took it out. This doesn't show me anything.
Still got silver. It's gonna be pretty much a running gag of this game.
You took a copy of the check. Tell me what you mean you took a copy of the check. You took a copy of the check from
Oh, I gotta go
I made
on.
a copy of it before I gave it to him, so I had proof that I gave him the loan.
I don't believe you, Derek. Sorry about that. Don't believe you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Just give me a second. I think we want to
victims. Call
spell
now.
it.
$30 billion in trust money has been set aside. You may be entitled to a portion of that money. Call 1-800-647-8900.
Does your vitamin C last 24 hours? Only Nature's Bounty does.
3 down, 6 more songs to go.
Plus has longer lasting vitamin C. Nature's Bounty.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. The Beast has been deployed.
And end up in the river stream for some reason.
You want to reach people? Broadcast television is still the champ. Colorado TV reaches more adults in a day than YouTube or Netflix reach in a whole month. 98% of adults in Colorado use broadcast TV every week, and most watch every
Not
day.
for long,
And of
but
the top 100 TV shows, 95 are on local TV. Broadcast TV reaches more people and touches more lives. If you are interested in advertising with Fox 31, please contact us today.
I was in a car that left me seriously injured.
Even this 3D, it's still funny.
I needed help. So I called this phone Frank Bezos, and he got me $1.4 million. Everyone knows when you're in
I
a
had to get a
wreck,
drink.
you call Frank.
take control of your life. Now is the time. Concord is ready to help you find a path to a better future.
I actually work valet parking cars, and I quickly realized that that was not the safest formula in diapers. What really attracted me to Concord was all the different programs that they offered.
Through Concord's blend of online and safe
Yep,
hands-on
this will be
training,
interesting.
we'll help you prepare for a career in healthcare.
Time to
You
dance with
deserve
the
a fresh
monkeys.
start in 2021.
And this time I'll
Concord is
do
ready to support
less
you through it
talking
all.
so I can
Concord gave me that
focus.
leg up.
Because I'll be missing a lot of those circles that go up, down, left, right, and you get the idea.
Only 4 teams remain in contention.
Alright, let's focus.
$1 on any of those squads to win the national championship and pocket $100 if they take home the trophy. Odds
you
like
have to make
that
up
don't come around
passwords.
every day. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with the promo code. Bet $1 to win $100 and make
Crap.
it right.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Come find your treasure at Old Crow's Antiques. Located at Bowles and Kipling, our carefully curated dealers have it all. Come find your gem today at Old Crow's Antiques. Welcome to the most insane dance spectacle on TV, The Masked Dancer.
Jesus Christ.
January 6th on Fox 31. Fox 31 morning.
Of course, we still got one more left.
Dedicated to bringing you important stories from where you live.
Alright, terrible.
Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Now, so you have the following choices. You want me to continue to hear this case, in which case I tell you right now I'm dismissing it, or do you want me to dismiss it without prejudice, and you can go back to small claims court, and you can bring the judge there appropriate proof that there was a check that was in fact deposited and cleared through the fact. What's your pleasure? Great. Case dismissed without prejudice. Goodbye.
Step out. Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge
Another Butters.
Judge Judy gets the last word.
They don't keep me here because I'm gorgeous. They keep me here because I'm smart.
This is why I do platformer games instead of dancing
They're gonna give me
games.
a judgment
Money is money is money.
because I loaned him the money.
Oh yeah, every time you turn around.
Okay, I got those.
I don't want to touch her again.
We're done.
Only trust your mother.
Come on, that's not fair. When I pause the game, I can't see what's going to happen next.
Yes.
Verbal abuse.
Yes.
As long as there's a firewall, I can get rid of them.
You asked the judge to put him out of his own house.
And she's not done calling out this single dad.
Mr. Zarbach does not take care of his children very well. Mr. Zarbach drank a lot with those children. So I'm looking out for the well-being of the 2 little children.
You knew him for 8 weeks.
Judge Judy.
About time that ended.
Enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. This is Judge Judy. Donna Miller is suing her ex-boyfriend,
Yeah, hold on.
William
Let me
Zarbach,
try to get to
for
that
attorney fees,
other word.
lost wages, and punitive damages for a false arrest.
It's case number 192 on the calendar, the matter of Miller versus Zarbach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Miller, you and the defendant met online. You had a romance for a brief period of time. It didn't work out. It resulted in a bad breakup. You were not quite living with the defendant, not quite moved in according to him, but spent a good deal of your time at his home. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's
Now,
one big
on what date
overweight
did you meet
orangutan.
Mr. Zarbach?
November 20th of 2017.
And on what date did you start moving into
And
his
of course,
house?
he's voiced by Jim Cummings.
2018. But throughout November of 17, when I met him and I have been together every day since then.
So 3 months
Because
later,
he
you
voices a
started
lot
to
of
get into
characters
his
back
house.
then.
And at some point, there was an altercation in the house.
Correct.
On what date did that take place?
Well, on April 23rd, there was an altercation where...
April 23rd.
Yes, that was the start of one of them.
And at some point, you sought a protective order.
Yes.
On what date?
On July 13th, I went in and filed a restraining order.
On what date had you moved out of the house?
My last day was July 25th. It was the last day to get my stuff out.
On what date prior to July 13th, which is the date that you claim this thing happened, had you first reported
Okay,
an
enough of
incident
that.
to the police?
I had not before that.
And we're almost 30 minutes into this sync, and we're already seeing me suck in how much I don't do too well with
I don't think I have
under
that,
pressure of
that I don't
these
have on here.
switch buttons of up, down, left, right, and all kinds of that stuff.
I have the protective order here.
But I'd like to see your complaint.
Yep, and this is the only time you'll fight bosses like him and Shere Khan later in the game.
My reading of this is correct. You filed for a protective order.
Yes, I did.
And I would like to see the police report that if there was one, that formed the basis of that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a police report, but if there was a police report, I'd like to see
Well,
it.
at least I got him.
But I don't have it with me at the moment.
Well, the moment is when you're supposed to be having it because it's in court.
One down, 2 more to
This is your
go.
day. Is there a reason you didn't bring it? You have a whole lot of papers there. Is there a reason you didn't bring
I
it?
did not go down and get it.
What other
It
papers
is
do you
town.
have there?
I have the restraining order that I filed. I
No,
have
the restraining order, I understand, is what you filed. It is an ex parte restraining order against him.
The other
But when the police come out to the house, they interview 2 people.
It's true.
And that's when you first tell them your story. That's why
I'm
I
learning.
like to see when the police
And then we
first
got
came
the
out and
screen this time.
And if there are consistencies or inconsistencies with what you later told the judge when you asked the judge
There's the
to
girl
put
in the
him out of his
background
own
at like a
house.
statue,
Do you understand
which
what I'm saying?
reminds me,
I understand that's I know I'm correct.
which reminds me in the
Yeah,
Emperor's
so
New
you didn't
Groove,
bring
where
it.
Iswa and
Now,
Kronk were
in order to get
inside
copies
the
of the restraining order and other court documents, where did you get those from?
at the courthouse.
restaurant.
At the courthouse. Yep. At
And
the same
when
place you
Isma
could have gotten the
was
police
about to get
report.
her order,
Got it.
Yep.
Yep.
Paja acts like a statue, which I find that priceless. Alright,
Well, first of all, you lied in this report on number 8.
I'm
You said you were
gonna
living
not waste
together
too much
since
time
November
because I want to end this
You just told me you moved in
much
with
as
him
possible.
in March of 2018.
I was there every day from March.
That doesn't, it says
There we go,
living together.
finally.
That's what it says. It doesn't say visiting him. It says
I keep
how long
screwing
you've been
up,
living
but at
together.
least
It says
I'm trying.
November of 2017.
Come on,
Prior
that
to
could
the
at least
application
count.
For this restraining order, had you filed an application for a restraining order against anyone else?
No.
Not in any jurisdiction?
No.
And your requested relief is to exclude him from the home.
Because I had moved in there. I was
I
living
love
in
this
a
song.
Your requested relief
At least it's the same as the 1967 cartoon.
That's what you asked for. That's the big asterisk starting here. And you
I like
did, in
Christopher
fact,
Walking,
say
which
to
no
us
offense,
that
is a good
rejected
song,
from his
but
house,
he
but you
cannot
filed
top it off with the
protective
original
order.
voice
I
actor
guess
that
this is an answer. Put your
King
hand down. I
really
guess this
does
is an
it.
answer. Where did you live before you
Dang.
moved in with him in March?
in Hudson, Wisconsin.
Where do you live? How far away?
I'm just gonna press like a crazy person,
15, 20 minutes.
because this is
Did you live in a house?
insanely hard.
Townhouse house.
Did you own a rental? Did you rent it when you moved in with him in March?
Yes, I did, and I have a witness
So
here.
that's just all I want to know is you rented it when you moved in with him.
Yes.
How I miss
Somebody
that.
that you knew before?
Yes.
How did you know this person
This game is so
before?
cheap, I'm not making it
And,
a damn circle.
Okay, so your daughter moved into your townhome. So you wouldn't have been putting out a tenant, you would have been moving in with your daughter.
Then to your feet until you drop.
Your safety was an issue. You
Up
would have
second.
Are you back with your daughter now?
Choo, ooh, ooh.
I've only been back
It's
since
true.
My question
Someone
is,
like
are you back
me.
in your own townhouse now?
correct.
Why do I keep missing?
What you complain of here is he threatens you,
Yes.
verbal abuse,
Yes.
he uses alcohol,
Yes.
he has a terrorist threat charge in the past 3 years.
Yes.
That true, sir?
Yeah, don't care.
Dismissed.
Did somebody make that charge?
A-N-O,
against you? My
don't
question,
care.
was that
I'm already
a
done with
relative or a
it.
stranger?
Employee.
An employee?
Plain one misses.
Okay.
No kidding.
There is a suggestion here in your statement that you called his parenting consultant.
Yes.
When did you do that?
I did that back on April 23rd.
That was before the July incident. You called his parenting consultant. I assume that there's some sort of a dispute with custody of children, visitation with children. What's parenting consultant?
The parenting consultant is basically someone that is appointed by the court to
And
make our
insert
decisions
cutscene
for
right
me and
now.
my ex-wife in the best interest of our children.
Okay, so you can't do that yourselves.
No.
Terrific. What business did you have calling the parenting consultant?
I called them
Wow,
because
he's
Mr.
mad.
Zarbach does not take care of his children very well.
He's so mad he just made the entire part of his temple fall down right where he's at.
Mr. Zarbach slept a lot. Mr. Zarbach drank a lot with those children. I have reports in here from his parenting consultant how highly those children talk about me.
All I'm asking you is, why, if you're living with a man and continue to live with him from April
totally
to
remember seeing
July,
him go by
why
in
would
this
you
part of
call
the
and
film?
disparage him to his parenting consultant? Then wouldn't you expect to have some sort of ramification
And
from
he's
doing
voiced
that?
by Tony J.
Working in the medical field.
That was also on Tailspin, which is awesome to hear his voice.
So I'm looking out for the well-being of two little children.
And at the same time staying with him.
I felt I was obligated to stay with him for a while to take care of those children. Because now Mr. Zarbach,
Just a second, you knew him for 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
You knew him for 8 weeks. It wasn't as if you lived together with him for 5 years. I was with his children.
She was plainly called girl in the first one.
I know you think that you had this.
In the sequel, she's called.
Standing input.
Well, in this game, she's name is Shanti.
But you didn't. Well, you didn't. Okay. Now, this is relatively a simple case. Court granted you both orders of protection. They granted mutual orders of
There's my
protection.
favorite Python.
Stay away from each other. Is that what ultimately happened? That's either a yes or a no. Is that correct?
No.
Were you granted an order of protection against her?
I was.
Was she granted an order of protection against you?
She was.
Well, that's a mutual order of protection.
Yep.
So what did you say no for?
We didn't honor the system of the no contact order. It wasn't. She didn't follow the order. She contacted me.
Also voiced by Jim Cummings.
Listen to my questions and not get so involved in what the story is you're going to tell me.
Playing
I said
Winnie the
ultimately the
Pooh.
court granted you both mutual orders of protection. Is that correct?
Yep.
You said, that's what I expected to hear. Yes, but that's what happened. Your complaint is that you were falsely arrested because you did in fact contact him, but there was a reason you contacted him. And
Still
he
got
shouldn't have
those
had you
crazy
arrested.
eyes.
That's what your case is
And
about.
fun fact,
Correct?
he was
Were you
voiced by
served with an order of protection?
Stan
Correct.
Ren
Did you
Holloway,
contact him
who
after
did
you
a
were served
lot
with
of
a no
voice
contact
acting
order?
since the
No. He took back a
1940s.
phone number.
No. My question was,
And
did you
passed away
contact him?
in,
Correct. You say you had a reason
like,
to contact him.
probably in the
Correct.
90s. They lived up to 100, by the way.
Your email.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
why
believe
you
it either,
contacted
but
him.
he actually
Correct.
lived
And
that long before he
filed a
kicked the
violation
bucket.
of the order of protection against
Anyways.
you for contacting him.
I did not contact him willingly, knowingly.
Listen to me.
Yes.
I just know I'm gonna miss a lot of them.
Technical violation of the order of protection against you, just like you filed a temporary order of protection against him and had him excluded from his own house.
Who would take, Your Honor, who would take somebody's phone number back of 11.3 years and not even knowing?
Listen to me. I don't answer questions. You had an order of protection that provided for a no
Bugger.
contact order. You had several things that you could have done.
Pardon my
Had
language.
an attorney to represent you when you were arrested for violating the order. That same attorney could have been contacted by a person who is in the medical field, who's clearly an intelligent person, to go to an attorney and say, listen, I have a no contact order. I have to get this information. Would you please contact so-and-so and get the information for me? You chose not to do that. You chose to contact him directly. Your case is dismissed. Now, she used a system which is available to people who are at
Round
risk,
one
men
complete.
and women, to file for protective orders when they feel threatened or at risk. It's up to a judge.
This kid's smart enough to cover his eyes from his hypnotic powers. Unlike in the original one, he gets hypnotized twice.
Telling the truth sufficiently so that that judge is comfortable issuing a protective order. In effect,
Sure, it's not
excluding
Trust
someone
in Me
from their
song,
home.
but it's
The
pretty
fact
good to
that
listen
they don't
to
ask
it.
the question in this
A different
document,
song.
does the home belong to the respondent? That would be you. Is a flaw in the document. And if there was a judge who gave you this temporary order of protection, excluding him from, I would have given you a
No
temporary order
kidding.
of protection. I would have said he's to have no contact with you. You can't live there. You've got to go to your townhouse.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
When did your son do?
Yes.
Still have it.
One more to
So you
go.
should have given your son so far $1,100.
I love this finale song right here. It's awesome.
What you should have given
Playing
your
that
son.
Arabian music makes it so much better.
At Honda, we take the holidays
Missed them again.
Every day is an opportunity to push myself to adjust.
Well, down to my last fruit.
To learn from the guidance of others.
I don't think this is the last one.
Starts right here, right now.
This
If
is
you think
totally
quitting
insane.
tobacco is out of reach, it's time to up your game. 1-800-QUIT-NOW can help you reach your goal with a quick coach, free patches, gum, or lozenge. Make a winning play.
Just wait now.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Whether you're buying your first, next,
We're about to be 40 minutes and I've missed so many.
We can buy a house for only $1,000 down.
Our custom loan programs make it affordable. We'll be right by your side, 24/7.
I know, I gotta go on.
Once or twice they did say yes.
I'm at the end it here because, God, this is hard.
One person kept saying no.
I know we're getting close to almost the end of the gameplay here, but boy, is it just hard. I'll just put down 5AX. I don't know why I randomly put that there, but it's close enough to ever get. We'll continue this on the next part of the video. Trick that serpent.
Is your case worth 3 times more than insurance says? Call Levine Law now and find out free. 303-333-8000. At Honda, we take the holidays seriously. Visit Happy Honda to get a great offer on the CRV. Closed captioning is provided by...
Every time you touch a surface, bacteria is left behind. Now consider how many times your family touches the surfaces in your home in 24 hours.
See you guys on the next video.
24. Spray on hard surfaces with their 99.9% viruses and bacteria initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Once dry, Microban forms a bacteria shield that keeps killing bacteria for 24 hours, even after multiple touches. Try Microban 24. This has been Medifax for Microban 24.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Donna Miller says ex-boyfriend William Zarbach had her falsely arrested for violating a restraining order. William is countersuing for lost revenue and emotional distress.
Now, I don't even give you the temporary order of protection.
Of course, yeah.
No contact with you. You can't live there. You've got to go to your townhouse. But as far as I'm concerned, you both abused the system. I don't think she should have been arrested, and I don't think she should have gotten the temporary order of protection. You both abused the system. Goodbye.
Where's our excuse, you, Mr. Brown?
He's got an anger issue. He doesn't take care of his children.
I have no idea what that even means.
He's just a very, very angry, upset person.
It was basically like a fatal attraction relationship.
He threatened to put paint thinner in my drink and kill me.
If somebody did that to me, I would probably just spit it out.
I should have called the police.
It probably wouldn't harm me at all.
Because I could have had this resolved.
Yep, this should be fun, but I'm just gonna end it here because,
At his place a long time ago.
boy, I need
Next case.
to
All parties in a matter of Kirby versus May. Step forward. Edward Kirby II and his son,
work for it.
16-year-old Christian,
recommend what I'm doing right now.
Lisa Ann May, for the value of a car.
Mr. Kirby, this is your son.
No, stop.
Mr. Kirby, this is what your case alleges. And what I
First of all, they
there is
did
no
reuse
dispute
some of these
about it.
songs for
You
the
purchased a car that
Jungle
was
Book on the
intended for
Game
your
Boy
son's
Color
use.
called
Is that correct?
Mowgli's Adventures. It's actually a pretty good game. Solving
Just
puzzles,
answer my
jumping
question. You
platforming
purchased a
here and
car
there.
that was
It's slightly
intended for
different
your
than
son's
the
use. Your son wasn't old enough.
Genesis, Super
When did you
Nintendo,
purchase the car?
January
so on and so forth
2014, I
on the
purchased
Game
2 cars as
Boy.
a project for me and my son to put together.
What kind of cars
It's
did you
also on
purchase?
Game
It
Boy
was a
Advance.
Volkswagen
Yeah.
Passat 1999.
Jungle
The one
Book
that you
has
intended
been
for your
lots,
son.
That's
you know, lots of
Both cars were
games,
99s. One had
except
a
for
bad engine
the
and transmission,
DS.
and the other one needed the engine, so that's what we traded out.
Atari Jaguar,
from one to refurbish
which is
the
the
other.
90s,
How much did you
and
pay for these cars?
I paid $400
probably
for one car for a part, and the
3DL,
other car I paid
because they cannot
$1,000 for.
And
fit
was
all
it
that
your
in
understanding when
whole
you were
console
working on these cars
gameplay.
with your dad that eventually
Anyway,
you
so
finished
see you
one
guys
car
when
would be
I
for you.
Yes, ma'am.
continue
Came the
playing
time
the
the
rest of this
car's
game,
and you
and
needed a
later
car.
on.
Yes, ma'am.
So you called Mr. Kirby and asked if you could borrow one of his cars.
I'll let you know when I
When was that?
do the rest of this gameplay later,
Your son still didn't have his driver's license.
because the last video I did took
So,
even
nice
longer
guy,
to
he said,
do.
sure. You took the car, and it was then
Leave a
ready to
like,
be
subscribe,
titled, and it was
comment, and all
titled
that
in whose
stuff.
name?
I'll see you
Mine and my
guys
son's.
on the
Because you were
next
going to be
part
driving
of
Correct.
Let's
You
Play
didn't pay
Jungle
anything
Book
for it.
I
Move and
made
Groove
payments on the
game.
car. I gave him a $55 payment before
Later
the title
then,
was
everyone.
So your arrangement was that you were going to be renting the car
At first, yes.
from your son or from his